Good evening. Tonight we are making a breakfast casserole for dinner. I cleaned out my refrigerator today, and tomorrow's my grocery day. I'll get my fresh groceries in, so I cleaned out my fridge on Thursdays. And I had taken out more sausage last week than we would use for this week, so I wanted to use this up. This is our delicious sausage we get grown by Rocky Knob, processed by A.W. Meat House. It's already seasoned. I am putting it in a skillet. I've broken it up with my little meat masher. And I'm going to crumble it until it's cooked through. And I'm only making a small one for dinner. I'm doing an 8x8. And I will show you how I layer that in the pan. But I had extra tater tots, a couple little pieces of packages. I had a bunch of eggs. I've got milk I need to use. I had this sausage I hadn't used for the week. And groceries are too expensive, at least for me, to let them go to waste. So I'm making a breakfast casserole out of tater tots, or you could use hash browns, or if you have extra potatoes you want to just cube up and put in the bottom, they'll just take a little bit longer to cook. But then I'll layer that, then the meat, then eggs, with cheese mixed in. I had a bunch of cheese. And I'll do a can of biscuits. I'm not making fresh biscuits or scratch biscuits, but I'll open a can of biscuits. I'll make some gravy because I have a lot of milk I need to use up. And I also have a couple boxes of muffin mixes, and I'll go ahead and use that up before that milk can go bad, so they can have it for dessert later after they have this, or they can have them for breakfast in the morning. But if you have leftover veg, if you have little bits of ham, if you've got bacon, or if you have a little bit of all three, you can mix it together and we'll make it. It's great in a casserole. I just didn't have a lot of leftovers from this week. We had to eat out a good bit because my son broke his ankle, and it's been a crazy busy week. So, but I'm using up what I've got, and I'll show you how I'm going to put that together in just a minute. Okay, I've sprayed my 8x8 pan. I'm just making a small one. It's just for the 4 of us. And I don't want leftovers because these are from leftovers or extras. So I want to use it up. And I've got a couple, like I said, mixed bags of frozen potatoes. I'm going to make a decent sized layer in the bottom of this pan. And I'm going to season them. Okay, you want to just do a solid layer across the bottom. And salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. You want them well seasoned. Potatoes are terrible if you don't season them. So I'll go ahead and do that. Just all over them. We're not measuring this. I'll go kind of light on the garlic powder, just a little bit. And then heavy on the onion powder because, as you all know, I love it. And onions give everything great flavor. Okay, get ready for our next layer. Okay, now I've cooked my sausage till it's just done. I'm using a slotted spoon because I don't want the grease in my casserole. And I'm just going to layer that in there, on even layer all across it. And then I'm going to take part of this grease that's left, and I'm going to make gravy. So it's just like making a sauce for a regular casserole, but I'm just going to make white gravy, which you all have a video of how I do that. Super easy. It's just whatever your drippings are, your fat, your flour, plenty of black pepper, and milk. And as I told you, I've got a bunch of milk I need to use up. So, but I'll layer this in, and then I'll do the egg mixture to go on top. Okay, I've got 9 eggs in this bowl. I would do 2 eggs per person plus an extra or 2, depending on how hungry they are. But since I'm having other things, 9 eggs will be enough. I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to add in just salt and pepper, and a few splashes of milk, and 1 or 2 big handfuls of cheese. This is not an exact recipe. You're using what you got. If you have egg beaters, if you have egg whites, you could add it to this. If you've got small, medium, large eggs, it doesn't matter. Just adjust accordingly. Enough to where you've got enough filling to, or enough egg mixture to cover your sausage and potatoes layered in your pan. So I'm going to finish putting this together, and then I'll pour it over the top and show you before it goes in the oven. Okay, there's my cheesy egg mixture. It's going in the pan. Just going to pour that right over, try to spread it out evenly. We're going to spread that around. All right, you can see what it looks like. We're going to put that in like a 365 or 375 to 400 degree oven. We're going to let that bake for about 30 minutes. It will be good, and we'll make our gravy. And like I said, I'm making some muffins and stuff to go on the side, plus some biscuits, and we're just having a mix mash leftover meal tonight. Okay, we've just popped this out of the oven. You can see it's set by the sides. You're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes. There's maybe just the very top layer of white that needs to finish, but we're going to let this sit about 10 minutes and do carryover cooking before we start to cut it. I would say bring this out and let it sit and rest while you are making your gravy or your bread. But I hope you all enjoy just a simple, quick, and dirty casserole for this Thursday night. Enjoy your evening.